host, Valerie Butters, and welcome to The Show Must Go On. Yeah! I don't even know, a couple of months into quarantine, and it's going okay. Even better now that all of this came from my garden. I feel like I have just accomplished so much in my life because when I was in art school, anyways, we'll get into that after. But I'd just like to say, welcome to my show. This is completely unscripted, so I don't really know what I'm gonna paint. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes I have a basic idea, but hey, you know, the end result is gonna be as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. My goal is not to make a crop abstraction, but it's not about the end result. It's all about the process. So I am going to do these lilacs. And I guess you're probably wondering why I have another finished painting here. It's like way too pretty. It's too pretty. We're taking this guy apart and we're gonna add some lilacs to it. House rules. I will probably scare you, and I will talk to my phone on the tripod. So sometimes it looks like I'm staring off into space. I'm actually viewing my work through the camera. It helps me think, solve problems, see things a little bit more objectively. One of the struggles with painting is that it's so easy to lose your objectivity. And the way that I paint is that I'm trying to use my subjects, but refer to them when I have decisions to make. Try not to get caught up on what I think it should look like, because when that happens, you kind of miss the nice stuff that's happening on the canvas already. Like here I was clearly had an idea, and that's why I don't like it, because it's too contrived. It is too pretty. So we like to take stuff apart and be messy. And I also chose this painting because next to these purple lilacs, I've got a lot of purple. I've got like these onion things. I don't know what they're called, but I got a lot of them and they're really cool. But they're really purple, and I got a lot of lilacs, and I've got some bachelor buttons, and I've got some tulips and bachelor buttons. I think they're cornflowers actually. And oh, this one already wants to be part of the painting. Off you go. We'll put you in later, I promise. I think that it's very, very cool, the bouquet. So I'm gonna take this apart, but you know, I'm gonna paint over it basically. Instead of gessoing it, which often I do, I'm not gonna gesso it because I do think that these warmer tones, it's not necessarily a warm painting. Sometimes it looks like a cool painting, depends what it's next to, but it is reading as warm compared to these purples. So I think that it'll play off the purple fairly well. So I don't really know what the first move is gonna be. I've got Jimbo here with me, my kitty. He loves the studio. I got all dressed up for you and I did my hair. I'm just kidding, no I didn't. That doesn't happen anymore. But I did get some comfy shorts and comfy pants and a comfy hoodie. Yes, I did some online shopping. Finally committed to stuff in my shopping cart. So I'm just gonna get started here. And, oh, that lid was open, but it's still wet. Why do these things happen to me all the time? This is white. Okay, so I'm going to look at there's some beautiful shapes happening over here. Lots of, yeah, you know what? I like to indulge. Yeah, I'm an indulger. I like to, when I like something, I put it everywhere. Yeah, you should see my yard. I have, yeah, anyway, it's exciting. It's exciting, exciting, exciting. I cannot wait for peonies to come out. But this is the first week that I really have, you know, more than, like this was last week. this was all I could get. And I don't want to throw it out because it's still pretty when it's dead, you know, like it's got its own thing going on. But yeah, so now I can go out and I can get like tons of stuff and just put bouquets all over my house. And who doesn't love the smell of lilac? Well, that depends. The smell of lilac is fantastic if it comes from a lilac that's in a vase or in a tree. However, I don't know how I feel about it when it's in a perfume. It's very, very hard. When it's in a perfume, it just smells like an old lady. Why is that? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to do what I'm gravitating towards these days is these burnt orange, kind of rusty colors. And that's going to make a nice contrast to everything here. This is like a bubble gum. Ugh, God, what was I thinking? I was probably trying to be really, really safe, and I was probably trying to paint for a gallery, and I was probably trying to anticipate what they wanted, and I probably wasn't painting for me. But what am I going to do during a pandemic? Well, I'm going to paint for me. So, yep, meat trays, vegetable trays, grape palettes. I'm just going to start cutting. I'm going to cut some negative spaces around this. I'm okay with this size brush for now. Got some nice clean water. Cleanish. Whoa, yeah, it's just so sweeping that way and then plunging down that way and then some lovely greens in the back. Ooh, I think maybe I'm gonna get some of those lovely greens. So, what I was saying that, you know, I feel like I've come a long way in life. When I was in art school and I lived in Montreal, I had a tiny apartment with a tiny balcony. And that's a nice color, not the one I was going for. See? I'm already really excited. And I, you know, was already obsessed with flowers. And they're convenient too because, you know, nude models, they cost a lot of money. Anyways, I found my love in flowers a long, long time ago, probably because my dad's an avid gardener too, and much of my family is. I'm gonna go for a larger brush here, but I just didn't have much. So I would go to my parents' house in Ottawa quite often, and I would steal all their flowers, but sometimes they didn't have quite enough. So I would convince my mom. We'd go for a bike ride during the day, and we'd go find the houses that had like beautiful peonies and stuff, and just getting all these greens in there. And I would see gardens where there was like a plethora of a whole bunch of one species of flower, and I would make a mental note of that, and I would go driving at night with my mom. My mom would be in the van driving, and I would run out all dressed in black like ninja. And yeah, I would take some, you know, not a lot, maybe just like one or two. Like nobody would ever notice because, you know, I don't want to take somebody's blood, sweat, and tears, but you know, some stragglers, they're not going to miss those. So anyways, it was kind of like that IKEA commercial where I would like get my bundles and I go, start the car! And my mom was not impressed with me, but felt like she needed to do it anyways in the name of art. So we did that a lot. I made her do it. Sorry, Mom. Could just be a story that I made up. It doesn't necessarily have to be true. You know, I do have an overactive imagination. So the greens start changing a bit and they get a little darker down here, so I'm just gonna go with some of that. Keep it nice and wet, loose. This bigger brush. I'm gonna add some white to some of this green too. Yeah, so now I have lived in this house for about 10 years, and it looked like the moon. There was nothing but rock and dirt. And now I have so many flowers. It's amazing. It's so exciting. Really nothing makes me happier. Okay, let's see what I can do to cut. This is kind of a nice shape there. And one up here. And then it's like a big space here. So it looks like they're going to slowly put kids back into school here in BC. I like that mark. I'm going to move on somewhere else. I just don't know how I feel about that. It took me forever to get into a program that actually seems to work. Got my son Skyping with my mom, who was originally French from Chicoutimi, and it's working. That's nice. Well, maybe this will not be a 2-hour video. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go in here, cut a big shape here. Okay, so I just go and I get these junipers and stuff, and I try to dig down to the trunk, because it's all about the trunk for bonsai. It's pretty interesting stuff. I've actually got bonsais everywhere now, because like I said, when I like something, I kind of go overboard. Nice over here. Not so pretty anymore, huh? I love destroying. Okay, I'm gonna find some of these nice purples now. Got tons of lilies too. My lilies seem to have really duplicated over the winter. Since last year or whatever, however they duplicate. Probably when they're alive or growing. Fun fact, my mom wanted to call me Lily Flow, so before I was even born, flowers were already in my destiny. But then my dad, who's a fighter pilot, was like, there's no effing way that you're calling my daughter Lily Flow, some hippie dippy name. So I'm not sure, but I think they named me after some French Canadian like porn star. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Yeah. Because the hippie thing was not okay. That's a story she gave me a long time ago. But then I did this podcast about people named Valerie, and I asked her again, and she said something like, it was a different story, and it had nothing to do with Blue Nuit stars. Okay, some nice purple there. I prefer this already. It is more interesting. It has a lot of problems, but I'm gonna try to actually find some of that line right away, because I'm not a big line. I do like line, but I don't bombard with line, but this one really seems to be more about some line, so I'm just gonna go find it right away, and maybe that bonsai thing that's going on over there. How's your quarantine going? Man, what weird times we are in. The other night, I was just about had it with my house. My dining room is in the smallest part of the house, but seems to have the most traffic these days because everybody's zooming and needs a table for all their stuff. And then it's like in the way to go out to the barbecue, and I'd had it. So I made my husband drink some martinis, and I convinced him to switch the dining room with the living room, and it's amazing. It looks like it should have always been that way. So now the dining room's like right in front of the fireplace. I feel like royalty. It is so cool. I don't know why we never did it before. It is so nice. I feel like I'm in somebody else's house. It's just so nice. Like if you're, just try it. You got nothing to lose, because I really feel like now I can do this. I can do this for longer now. It's exciting to be in my house, whereas I was just sort of going in that room. Yeah, so like, man, that was a little gift, COVID gift. My son, who is in grade 1, is really good at math. So last week the teachers gave us some of the math material for the grade 2 and 3 class. I'm over here just trying to find some of these shapes of that tulip. It's sort of got this shiny look to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Just see if I even like it there. I might not. My husband's been really busy because taking advantage of the 75% subsidy from the government to try to keep his company alive. And thanks to that, I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, when people are out of this, they're going to want a party, and they're going to want weddings, and yeah. Imagine all the people hooking up online. Like they weren't already. That's how I met Rob, online. Love life. Intimate section. I have no idea what I was talking about. I kind of like maybe bringing in a bit of the vase, but not getting too fussy about it. I know how much you guys love these Delft vases. It doesn't go unnoticed. I'll put some marks there just to see what it's like. But I'm not saying I'm going to keep them, so don't get your hopes up. When I teach workshops, and as soon as you guys start going, oh, that's lovely, that's when I wipe it off. People get too caught up in precious things. Right, Jennifer? Jennifer Horniak. I know you're out there. I miss you. I hope you're doing okay. And it's a little too much like a vase. I'm going to get the old bag out. Yeah. Way better. Where else can I throw some of this? It's quite a nice color, really. Maybe I'll find some of these onion thingies. There's one there. I want to say thank you to everybody who's buying my masks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every little bit helps these days. Gonna get some whites in there and find some of those nice light lilacs. But I'm an alien, so I don't know what's called in a lilac. I'm just like on Earth looking at stuff, and like I said before, I don't know why these aliens don't have a camera, because if they can invent a spaceship, you think that they could invent a camera. I'm trying to make a painting to bring back my spaceship to show my alien buddies of these fluffy fragrance. Yeah, see, nice values going on, nice, fresh, springy colors. I gotta be careful here. Don't want to overdo it. So, lines, that way, one coming down, let's do that. I like to stick with just a few ideas and try not to veer off track too much. So, I liked the space and the lines. And then there's this nice volume down there. So I'm going to try to keep my focus with that. So, Yeah, same thing as last time. Yes, lilacs have thousands and thousands of little flowers inside each flower. Like thousands of petals. Please, don't paint thousands of petals. That's just painful to even think about. You'd be surprised what the eye can process with just a suggestion of stuff. Okay, now over here, this one's got an interesting posture. So it kind of goes, I did make a line over there, but I don't think that line is very accurate. This time of year is a great time of year to study your greens too. The greens that are out there right now are going to be very different than the greens that are out there in the summer. They are right now these very baby acid green, green gold. Take advantage of when you're out for a walk. Study the colors. Notice how they change. Even in a matter of days. Everything changes so quickly this time of year. It's really like almost a, well, no, who am I kidding? I was just going to say, it's almost a stressful time of year for me, but it's actually a very exciting time of year for me. But, you know, like when the peonies come out, and I do like to work from life, as you can see. Good movement going on there. We need to cut more space on the inside. Peonies look like they're all intact one day. And then all of a sudden one petal goes. It's just a matter of hours now until the whole head falls off. I kind of like this brush right now. Into the old bag. Yeah, okay. Get some green going there too. Let's find that line that I liked. Whoa, whoa, wee, oh. Definitely some nice stuff going on in there though. Just reading my emails. Okay, that one's over there. This one is like way up here, so much so that I didn't put that one in the right place. So I'm gonna ignore that one. Maybe put the, well, study the canvas, Butters. Over. Okay, we're moving on. If you don't know what to do, then just don't do it. I'm going to move on to somewhere else on the canvas. I'm going to go towards some of the lilacs that are not as purple blue. Okay. Lines that way, lines that way, line that way. Yeah, okay, we'll do one over here. See how that feels. Just trying to find the shape of it without getting all don't think petals. I like the balance of the light and the dark. I'm gonna keep going with that. Try another one. Okay, this like leaves that are kind of squashed and spewing out, for a lack of a better word. I'm gonna try to see if I can catch that. Why be boring when you can be Butters? Ha! Got a ring to it, doesn't it? I don't want to mess too much with those nice marks there. Get some spewing out this way. And then some that look like they're ready to, they're just depressed. They're like, no, I was way happier on the tree and now my life is over and now I'm sad. Right there. Yeah. Depressing leaves over here. Happier ones are up there. These ones are like, I don't know, I just got squashed in the vase. I don't even know what's going on. Tell ya, I don't think we're that far. Okay, there's a big one here that is quite dominant, the onion thingy. I really want to put it somewhere. But I think I need to put another one behind it first. And the one that I want to put behind it is the one that hasn't really come out yet. So it's just, this one is just there. That one goes like that, and this one's gonna go like. Okay, so then this one's gonna go very strong, this one. This one's like, I am coming out of the earth and I'm going for the sun. So, yeah, I've got power. That's how I feel today. It's only because I switched my rooms up. Seriously, it just makes me so happy. So this is quite abstracted. I'm just wondering how far I want to find some details. And I might want to try to find some of these peas again. I don't know. Okay, so what was my plan over here? I like the balance of this. Might be almost time to stop, but I feel like I need to build some paint up in these middle areas without changing too much. I just feel like I need some thickness. Okay, so there are some little lilac unopened flowers at the end of some of these. They're like little balls. I am gonna put a few of them in. Now, I know that I probably make this look really easy. Thank you, I'll take that as a compliment. I've been studying flowers for like 20 years. Yeah. You might say, oh, but you're too young. Like, aw, thanks. I'm no spring chicken, but thank you. I'm actually 44. Every time I say that, I'm in shock. And I'm married to, who I thought I was married to a 55-year-old whose birthday was last Sunday, Mother's Day. He's 53. Numbers are really just not my thing. My son's math book. I took a look at it, grade 2 math. I was like, man, it's like arithmetic. I've never done arithmetic. I can barely pronounce it. So like, yeah. I had to read it 5 times before I sat down with him. Trying to find patterns, like missing numbers. Give me a color, I'll find the missing color. Put a blue next to a turquoise, I'll tell you what goes in the middle. But not with numbers. God. Kid is going to be a math science whiz. He actually wants to be he calls a rock doctor. He wants to be a geologist. He's very shy. Some nice things going on here. Okay. Too much light up there now. I need to add some light down here. I'm scared, but I'm just gonna do it. Especially here. Ugh. Some paddle and grooves. Go away! Paddle and grooves. See, take a risk, get all excited, then you're proud of yourself. You're like, yeah, I just nailed it. I won, COVID. I won. Well, you know. Oh, those tulips, those shiny tulips. I really like the sense of that shine. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to render that impression. And that might just be a palette again. I'm going to try to scoop it up here. We're feeling shiny. Maybe more paint. I know the brush would make it look shiny, but I just don't know if I want to use the brush on this. Maybe part brush, part palette. And it's like there should be one somewhere else, but I don't know where. Hi. You're gonna go over here for a bit. Maybe in that cluster. Oh, you're gonna look this way, are you? I was expecting you to look over there. I don't want you looking at me. Oh, you're gonna do that, are you? Oh, okay, so this is a renegade tulip. I'm just gonna pretend like it's somewhere else. It's a slightly different color too. Bunch of marks here I'm not sold about. Okay. Where did that go? Is it right there? Green. So you're kind of the sad tulip. And you're a little bit more like, I'm here for a good time, a long time. And you've got an attitude. So we're just gonna pretend like you're not all you think you are. I don't like some of that. Oh my god, I just made another tulip. Oh, then you're gonna... You need to be split up with the old bag. Too congested. Put paint on, take paint off, put paint on, take paint off, repeat. Okay, I don't mind some of that now. So yeah, I'm a bit of an expressionist if you haven't figured that out already. Not looking for perfect, I'm looking for interesting. I feel like that blue needs to jump around a little bit more. So peonies can't be that far behind because I know that there's usually peonies and cornflowers at the same time. Let me just sit here and think for a second. You know what? It might be like, it might be done. Nice looseness all up here. Nothing too contrived. Breathing, space, lines. Am I really getting what I wanted though? I wanted some of this direction. Am I getting enough that direction? This guy here maybe. Direction here. that. I need more of that. By that, I mean this posture, this. Paddle. Story of my life. Oh, there we go. There's too much purple in this palette. There's some nice shadows happening on the wall, so I don't mind that it's showing that. It really becomes about movement. It's very physical, as you can see. So, I think that I'm going to repeat some stuff that I have going on up here with the texture and the little balls. So, let's get some little balls. Ooh, nice colors coming out of that. Just gonna build it up a bit. I don't want to build it up too much. I think I want to see more texture in these ones too. So. I like to keep it having an abstract feel. This is a really nice color under there that I need to get. Just breathes light. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I watched my video last night. Still pretty happy about it, but I think that there's a few things that I can tweak in here. So I did notice that there are some lovely warm kind of golds in here that I think I could bring out a little bit more. And I need more negative space. So yeah, let's see what I can dig out here. Oh no, did I forget my coffee? Oh no, I didn't. Here we go. My cup from my mom, it says fashion girl. Sorry mom, that's not really going on these days, but I did wash my hair though, so you know, pick your battles. So I think I might let me think here. Might warm up that side. And maybe with a larger brush. Let's see what that's like. Can't do it. Just gets on my nerves. Okay, so I like that mark already. Let's see what I can put more of that. Yeah. This might be a job a little big. Yellow behaves next to blue anyhow. That's always a good thing. It's too symmetrical. Pemberton's, guys. Kind of sweeping now. Okay, so we've got some movement going that way, this way. There's no reason why I still can't bring back some of those Boz marks. Use it with a nice cold. There. Can lighten up some of that yellow now. See, it's interesting. You make a mark, and then you respond to the mark. I should push that this way. It's not the pink I was thinking about, but it's still pretty. Pretty in a good way. See if I can bring some weight back to the top. Cocooning makes some of the best marks out there. Let's see how we feel about that. Just kind of changed pretty much everything about that. And I remember yesterday that I was really taken by the greenery that was up there. Let's try to get some of that back. Seems like all over in the back there. It's changed quite a bit. Get more pinks. Take advantage of this wet on wet opportunity to do some interesting marks. I might sit with that for a bit, except for let's bring some shape of those end up over there somewhere. Yeah, I think this feels a lot better. It's crazy. It is crazy. I need little marks. Little green marks. Just a few hints here and there, huh? Add some interest to certain areas. Still the entry point. Crazy, Robert. I don't know if this scares me or if it excites me, but it's something that I've never seen me do before. So that I find exciting. It's almost like I need some orange in there too. It's like a box of Smarties exploded. Probably all it needs. Woo! Hello, cowboy. Okay, so we're gonna stop again today. Who knows? I might still be painting this painting next week. I might cut it up. I might throw it in the fire pit, or I might hang it in my living room and be so happy with it. I'm hoping it's that. So sometimes when you look at something that you've done, especially in abstraction, and you don't know if it's good or not because it's something you haven't seen before, but that's what you kind of want. You want to paint something that the world has not seen before. So then you have to ask yourself, questions that are design. Is there an entry point? Is there a good balance? Are my values there? Do I have resting areas for my eyes? Do I have a focal point? All that stuff. And is there an element of design that's dominating other ones? Like, is there a conflict with elements? Is color battling with line, and one of them is supposed to be the star of the show and nobody really knows what's going on? Do I look at this painting too much and it stresses me out and I need to leave because there's no quiet areas to relax and all that stuff? So if you kind of check off all those things in your box and you're like, you know what? I think all those elements are there. So I have never seen this painting before. I'm not sure if it's good or not, but I think it is good because it hits everything. It checks everything on the list. So yeah, we'll see. I'll probably bring this upstairs and I'll put a picture of it in my new dining room that used to be my living room. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm excited, I think. Who knows? Art, the struggles of art, objectivity, whatever. It's all about the process. So, happy weekend. Glad you could join me again. I haven't even had my coffee yet, so maybe I'll convince the boys to spend the day without me and I'll just be a weekend warrior. Oh. All right, see you later. Have a good one. Thank you for joining me.